Anunciado talk here in town, we are going to delve deeper into the matter of Philippine entertainment industry's evolution, significant patterns, and historical inclinations.
That's right, partner. And it's not just only us for today. We will be joined by known scholars in the field of literature and cultural sciences to give us their insights in this fascinating subject. So without further ado, let's all welcome our guest. So let's all welcome Mr. Bryan Anunciado,
Miss Abigail Arceno,
and Miss Kassandra Aying. So let's look back on our forms of entertainment during the Philippine pre-colonial era and Spanish colonial era.
I agree. Let's start from there to give our viewers an idea of what kinds of entertainment do our ancestors have during their time.
We already have songs and dances even during pre-colonial era. We know that singing and dancing are not new to us.
And the storytelling, folklores, legends, and myths.
Let's see it from the perspective of Fanon. Franz Fanon outlined an evolutionary schema where colonized writers progressed to phase. First, assimilating the colonial culture, then affirming a cultural nationalism, then eventually reaching a revolutionary phase where literature serves the anti-colonial struggles. Let us take our music as an example and view it from this perspective. Our musicians indeed go through this phase in the context of national culture and liberation. Example of assimilation is the creation of music influenced by the Spanish European tradition. This is the era where the harana, the condiman, and the rondalla were introduced to the Filipinos, which are music developed out of fusion of our Filipino tribal music and the Spanish Mexican music. That was popular around 19th century, and this suggests that our ancestors have assimilated and recognized the traditions of the colonial power.
Mainly because the music took the European idioms in its system, usually used to express themselves.
Yes, in a cultural nationalist space, we produce music where we try to strongly structure our identity and romanticize Filipino authentic identity. But it ended there. It is a come and go pace, and we can usually hear some remnants of it to this day. Lastly, the national space gave us musicians who made use of their passionate wish to fight back the plague that corrupted the Filipino identity and stole its liberty as a nation. This is when songs like Bayan Ko by Robin Tagalog and many more emerge.
I'm familiar, and I can attest that we rarely hear music being made with such good quality in this age. Filipino music has undergone a very long way of change, and now we have listened to different kinds of genre in variations of Filipino music, and I think the most popular ones right now are mixes and budots.
We even have K-pop groups now, SB19, Bini, Bagyo, and many more.
Oh yes, they dominate the music industry these days with their combined vocals and dance moves.
Aren't they rose to popularity because of their distinct similarity to the prominent form of entertainment in South Korea, K-pop?
That's right, Miss Abigail. They are somehow conjoined from the inspiration of the success of K-pop industry in South Korea.
From what I've heard, several members of these K-pop groups even attend training in South Korea to fully experience the discipline that Korean idols have to go through, resulting to this huge success and in their economy and their industry.
You're right, partner.
Fanon's view on national literature is somewhat connected to Cabral in a way that both emphasize the importance of culture in national liberation. He considered cultural appropriation as a crucial weapon of colonialism and argued that cultural emancipation was necessary for true independence.
That's correct. However, the difference between them lies in the fact that Cabral highlights the dynamic relationship between culture and history. He stated that culture can shape history and vice versa. With this, it takes part in shaping the relationship between people and nature and within the society itself. So basically, Cabral doesn't see culture as a single thing. He recognized the colonized and the colonizers' culture within the colonized society.
History is being mentioned. When the Philippines was colonized by Spain, they established a social hierarchy where Peninsulares sat at the top of the pyramid, or those pure-blooded Spaniards, while the Indios at the bottom, or those indigenous people. Though this social hierarchy was abolished many years ago, but we can still see it in our society at this very moment.
Right. We have upper class, upper middle class, and lower class. I see your point, Ms. Kassandra. Social hierarchy still persists and influences an individual's choices and how much space they should occupy in this world.
This correlates with our topic earlier about K-pop groups being trained in Korea, right?
Absolutely. P-pop groups were trained in South Korea just like SB19. They underwent rigorous training under the Korean entertainment agency show BT. This somehow mirrors on how the illustrados were given a chance to study abroad.
Yes, there's somewhat similar in the sense that they were allowed to study outside the country. Illustrados studied in Spain while P-pop groups were trained in Korea. They accumulated skills and they gained knowledge there.
It paid off, right? Seeing how these K-pop groups gained recognition. It's like even though they were trained and educated abroad, they used the skills and knowledge they acquired to promote and cultivate their culture.
I agree. Have you seen the effect of Beanie in China? Beanie and J23 were invited to take part in Chinese survival program called Show It All. And let me tell you, they rocked the stage. They successfully introduced K-pop in China and let them witness the potential of K-pop groups.
That's true. SB19 did it too with their single Go Up. It's only a matter of time before P-pop becomes globally known. This brings up to the question, are we Filipino fully grasp our national culture and liberation? Is this what becomes our identity?
Food for a thought.
We'll surely come to that conclusion later on.
Now that we are on the topic of Philippine and Korean relation, I think it is appropriate to include Philippine adaptations of Korean shows, right?
Right, we now have Running Man Philippines. It is based on a South Korean variety show with the same name.
Additionally, numerous Philippine adaptations of K-drama emerge as well.
Actually, we can connect this to Ngugi's thesis of national liberation, where he situates local literature within an anti-imperialist framework, but from the case of Philippines and Korean relation forming upon through these adaptations, we can say that our country is progressing forward to keep our entertainment industry alive while still having the spice of Filipino culture. For example, the series of titled My Love from the Star by Ginelyn Mercado and Gil Corva. That was a Philippine adaptation of K-drama, but they rewrote the plot of instead of reincarnation of a woman from ancient Korea, to change it of a woman from an era of Spanish colonizers.
Yes, that was a really good series to present different method of our literature that goes back to our struggles with colonizers. It shows us our struggles against colonial power, like our epic series before.
Amaya starring Marian Rivera and Indio starring Bong Revilla, right?
Those examples are very insightful to the context of Filipino echoing our national culture as a resistance to the cultural domination of Spanish and other Western countries or foreign countries in general. Not only it keep us entertained but open our eyes, give us consciousness regarding our history and anti-imperialist struggle, just how Ngugi defined our national liberation. Another example is Maria Clara C. Ibarra, a recent series based on Dr. Jose Rizal Nolimi Tangere and El Filibusterismo.
So even though we're losing some of our identity due to trends and modernized schemes in the society, the remnants of it in our modified entertainment industry still exist. Our national liberation comes with our national culture.
Changes are always difficult to stop, but us, Filipinos, have been really coping well to it, to the point that if it is offered to us, we will accept it respectfully because everything changes for a reason.
Yes, there's really nothing wrong with our entertainment in this matter. Music and TV shows these days, it fulfills our purpose and just how culture needs to be.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kassandra Aying, Ms. Abigail Arceno, Mr. Bryan Anunciado.
Really, thank you so much. It is an honor to have you here today. We learned a lot and hopefully our viewers as well.
Thank you for having
It's our
us.
pleasure.
Thank you. Until next time, everyone.
See you in the next episode of TPT,
Where we talk about interesting realities and theses. Talk here in town. Bye!